We live in a state where a lot of people want a small, limited government. We don't want government sticking their hands in all of our pockets. We don't want them probing through our computers, and I get that. And that's true for District 19 just like it's true for District 35. I wouldn't say I was scared about this, but a concern I had is, and this is someone who, you know, was enlisted in the smallest military branch. You can't have a small government that is also unfocused and undisciplined. Like the whole conversation around critical race theory. I mean, I suppose we can talk about critical race theory, but if you want to have a limited government, and every Idahoan is saying we need to do something about, like, pick the 2 or 3 things that every Idahoan says we need the legislature to be talking about: residential property taxes, bridges, you know, teachers leaving our public schools and going over the border to make more money. There are a handful of things that the vast majority of us can agree on. And if we want to keep and preserve a limited small government, we have to demonstrate an ability to focus with like laser-like precision on those types of problems. We can't get wrapped up in everything, and we need to find a way to like flip the off switch on the manufactured outrage machine, because we can't get distracted so easily, so frequently, if we want to maintain a limited and small government. Well, one of the things I ran on is the higher ed institutions and the K-12 school systems, for that matter, they've kind of been limping along on these funding models that we created a long time ago. And a lot of time and energy has gone in by people who are really familiar with these issues into proposing new types of funding models. On the higher ed side, it's called outcomes-based funding. And I think there's opportunities to talk in the legislature about outcomes-based funding, because to me that's a genuine form of higher ed accountability. That's the legislature, that's the public saying, look, we're not just going to give you money, post-secondary institutions, when you have kids sitting around taking 6 years to graduate. We're going to give you money when they graduate. We're going to give you money when, you know, you're able to graduate a first-generation college student and change the trajectory of their life. I think there's an opportunity to dust off that funding model and see if we can put aside our outrage over academic theories and focus on the needs of our students and the public institutions. Talking about social justice and critical race theory and indoctrination, not only is it bad because it's just a big fat nothing burger, but there's also opportunity costs, because there's a displacement effect. If we're talking about these things, it means we cannot talk about these other things. And the public needs us to talk about these other things. Even if we don't have the best solution, or we don't have a quick solution, we need to at least talk about it so that we can navigate, you know, the complexity and start to clarify it, you know, filter out the gray and get right to what's black and what's white and what we want to do. And that can be frustrating.